3 years ago, we left our beloved home and our dearest people in the Austrian Alps and moved to Finland. We changed our beautiful life in a real paradise. For what exactly? For the darkness coming already before 4 p.m. and staying then until 9:30 in the morning. For the endless summer nights, which makes sleeping difficult. Or the other summer plague, the mosquitoes. For the long driving distances on partly not so well maintained roads. For snowstorms, endless snow work and temperatures less than minus 35 degrees Celsius. Or maybe for some rainy weather in the winter, which melts down all the snow and makes everything so wet. Which then freezes again and makes you wish you had your ice skates on. For carrying firewood into your house like a lunatic and letting the water run all the time because otherwise your pipes can freeze. Or maybe for the spring, which sometimes doesn't exist at all. And sometimes lasts for months without anything getting green or warm. Well, yes, Finland is all of that, but it's so much more as well. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how we feel about our decisions to move here now, as we have been living here for already 3 whole years, and for whom I think Finland is a good place to live. So, if you are new here, my name is Erta, and I'm actually a Finn, but we used to live in Austria with my Austrian husband and our 2 kids, and had like a really Central European life there, and a really nice life, like I said. Until the pandemic happened and showed us how quickly the people just get so crazy. It showed us also that we need more space again, more independence, more self-control in our lives. And we also wanted to show to our kids that if you're not satisfied, if there's something really stupid going on, then all you can do is make the change by yourself. You are not the victim and you don't have to just quietly accept everything that's going on. And especially things which you can't affect, then you have to change those things which you can affect. And moving somewhere else was that kind of thing. But leaving Tyrol was very difficult, especially for me, because it was my chosen home for such a long time and I loved everything in there. We then had some countries as an option, but as it then came out that Finland could have everything what we are searching for, and then it was even more difficult for me because I never saw myself back in Finland again. But now, after 3 years here, I can say that it was the right decision to make. Especially for the kids, Finland is a dream place to grow up. Even in the cities, it's quite safe and there's a lot of nature and so on. But especially in the countryside, it's not a paradise only for us, but also for the kids. And Finland has one very important thing, was took us to here in the first place, peace. Not only here in the nature, in the forest and so, where you can walk for hours without seeing anyone, but also the peace and the freedom to do things how you like it. Because the thing is that I don't care how people are living their lives. It's not my thing to go and to tell those people how I see the things, because it's their life. And that's why I would also appreciate that I can live my life like how I like it at most, because life is quite short. However, it sometimes feels impossible in today's world where there are so many things going on. And that's why we needed a place far away from the crowds, from the people and so on. And of course, here in the countryside, there are more people thinking like that way, with whom you can then make your own small community. And that's something very valuable in today's world, I think. I think there are still many areas in the world, like here in the Finnish countryside, where you can have this peace, like somewhere in the USA, in Sweden and so. But now, after 3 years, I have to say that I'm happy that we chose Finland. But is it a choice I would recommend to anyone? Because, let's be clear, to be able to enjoy this peace and freedom here in Finland, you definitely need certain something. Because the winters truly are long and dark and the summers short and bright. The contrasts between the seasons are real. The house prices are very low, but keeping the house warm and the lights on in the wintertime might cost you a lot more than you would be paying somewhere else. The people are very friendly, but reserved. Or, I think not even reserved, but here it's polite not to disturb other people for what the Finns sometimes think is nothing important, like a small talk about the weather or so. Finding a job, especially without knowing the language, can be hard. Understanding anything about the news or so is difficult because everything is in Finnish, which is a language similar only to Hungarian and Estonian. For someone, the costs of living might feel high and the others don't like the bureaucracy and all those difficulties which the state is causing you. The pros and cons can be endless and you just have to weigh up what's important to you. Because once you understand this rhythm of Nordic life, once you get it, something beautiful happens. You find a kind of freedom. The kind of freedom we were actually looking for when we left Austria. We wanted a life that was more independent, more self-sufficient and more self-controlled. Far away from noise, stress and stupid people telling you how to live your life. And did we achieve that? Yes, definitely. And even though some days are hard, the peace, the space and honesty of life here, it's worth it. So, was it the right choice? Absolutely, but it's not a choice I would recommend to just anyone. If you crave connection through constant talk, if you need sunshine to function all year round, or if you can't stand being alone with your own thoughts, or if silent nature is nothing special for you, then Finland might not be for you. But if you are someone who values quiet strength, deep independence and space to just be, then maybe Finland might be your place. I think in the cities you'll also find your places as an opposite, except the sun. But in the countryside it's definitely easier if you like your own peace. So I hope you liked this video, and everyone has so different stories, so different backgrounds and stuff going on in the life. That's why I just hope that maybe these stories like ours can help someone to push through the harder times, to make those also the difficult decisions which make just seems to be impossible, because I can still remember how I was driving back home in Innsbruck in Austria with my bicycle and thinking like, oh my god, are we really going to want to live this beautiful life here? And I was just crying and thinking like, no, never. And now I'm here, even more happier. Without my people, of course, without the mountains, but instead of that, with something else. Your life, if it feels like there's something missing, then you should do also those difficult decisions. So I wish everyone a nice day, and if you have some wishes or so, please write me a comment or anything else to say. Maybe you watched the video 3 years ago where I told you that we are moving to Finland, and I was very insecure if we can find our place and if we are going to be happy. And here we are now. So have a nice day. Bye bye.